Okay, I don't know how long this will be a short blip. I am again contemplating uh, that I should just be going back to the openssl because of the various reasons that are in the description, but it generally boils down to I already have to include it anyway, which I've already been down to at this point before. I'm already including openssl. I wonder, you know, if it ever get time, it would be interesting to implement all that myself. But so really, we just want something that works, that could do ktls, that would allow us to just call these, to not change this code, to just be calling directly the syscalls, which would include sendfile and write-v, and that would do everything that I need. And we're not really doing much here. Although one thing is that the performance increase is somewhat questionable. We're not getting hardware or anything, so it's mainly about the API being better. I believe when I looked before, openssl only supported like writing through, I guess, with direct calls, they have read write buffer and then send file. An SSL send file specific call, which I guess has fallback, but that shouldn't be an issue, I don't think. The other thing about ktls though is that you have to have actually, as far as I can tell, you've got to some way make sure you explicitly load the ktls module, which feels a little annoying because I don't think I can do anything about it. Really? I guess you can put it in the container, but how does that work with containers and loading module? God, this seems like a fucking Docker loading Linux modules and container. Copyright and loot kernel modules. You can if start out you buy mount kernel. Oh God, what? Yeah. So maybe should have been more direct. Russ. The one thing here is that you're sending the unencrypted data out of the container, it would sound like, in this scenario. So that's interesting. Because the container has that own kernel. Yeah. So I think I just can't use ktls. It sounds like that's an optimization that I can't use, as much as it seems interesting. And it may be because I am primarily targeting running in Docker containers currently, or some sort of container on Kubernetes, probably. So yeah, I think the ktls is not gonna work. Hopefully I can remember that. So that means I can't do any of that. So I think we need some. Yeah. On the host. So this would have to be done on the host, which you're theoretically trust. So it wouldn't have to be done per container. Uh, yeah, so okay. Yeah, so 100% KTLS is dead. Did I have this in the to do? Like, if I ever actually look at it? Uh, so this is just a no. I'm just trusting that that Gemini is right. Host kernel. Uh, hmm. So it appears that okay, I'm just not going to be able to do that. And what I'm thinking is that I'm just going to put some sort of versions of these. So does this code work? I think this is a pointer array is what that is. Which I assume you could also just um, cast it or something. Okay, we don't want to do casting. So I think um, V uses I think you can do this, but I mean, whatever. Um, Jeez. Everybody in this movie has lost their head. I think this is another hallucination. So the question is, I think actually we should do this right request net, and it may do this stuff somehow, but it doesn't really need to because it's just those three things. Uh, if we did the read and write, read request, you're reading input from the request. But yeah, I think you're actually doing that though. You're only just doing like read the network. I think I've gotten out of control. We're not doing this or whatever. Right net blob. But that was ridiculous. And that head looks fake. So we're just not doing that. I think var args are frowned upon because of the whole like needing to have null at the end or whatever. So I think the array is a better choice. I mean, or similar to how this does. Is there a better choice if you're actually going to do that? Which actually would be a lower level thing just in file. Do I not already have it? Right V. Let's just look for right things. Copy. So we have write file, so we could have write v file or whatever. Did it A? I think that's what you would actually want. And then write. I don't know that that write full like ever really comes into play. I think most of the time it just gets it all. I don't even know if that code's right. Copy. Need to go through and remove all these footnotes. File, set cork file, send file. not doing that. Very well. Or I'm just gonna put array, and then this is like size t length. We don't even take a length in the other case. It's not that, it's size of the array. And then for I size array, go through these things. What is that? If you just do write v, what does the return thing mean? Return, what is p? Oh, p's are just offsets. Errors. Number of bytes read. Write v, p write v, p write v2, return the number of bytes written. It's got to be total. I just want to turn arrow. So I guess you just. What about a partial write with the write v? Hmm. Yeah, this isn't. But they are. This is why I did it this way. Is because it's. I probably just copied this thing right here. So what happens if there's a partial write when using Linux write v syscall? Ah, fucking Stack Overflow. Well, I don't understand why it just doesn't work anymore. I got JavaScript on. What the fuck? Why does it say my thing is... Well, it didn't actually make a connection for some reason. So, Stack Overflow is becoming less useful because you can't use it. Right, right. What happens? Return value. Right, right. Weird thing about this is like how this is written is that um yeah, like so like look at this code. What the fuck? I don't know why we can't really look at it better for some reason, but it's this code still. So that like I mean, on the one hand, obviously you're hard coding all that, so whatevs, but um yeah, this is the part that's annoying. If one of those writes screws up, then you got to do some annoying shit for the redo. And I'm going to argue that in the max case here, I'm only writing 3 things. So it is 3 times the syscalls, but I just don't think that overhead's really going to be one of our issues. So we're going to abandon write v, I think. And so we're not going to do this. And we're just going to call the write 3 times. So in this case, we just remove all this nonsense. We got an error. So I think we can just, man, this is total. Um, oh, what's the thing called? Write full file. So I think that's what you would have to be doing. Write full file. And then status. Oh, and since these are my things, head. Yeah, how long did that take? And so if this this equals -1 or that equals -1. It's annoying when it doesn't just return an error. Okay, I don't know why I was putting that there. Nor do I understand. So this shouldn't be there. Log errno right response. What is result used for? I think I actually, no, returned 0. I really should be updating, like when you write this out, shouldn't I be tracking how much is written, total size of the output? I don't think I'm really, oh no, well, yeah, I mean, you know the sizes of all these things in advance. So it was probably pointless to have done this in the first place. So that's good. I mean, I think it's simpler, and also I can do the other. What is this? Setting result. Also, it looks like I just, well, because this should write fully or fail. Uh, right. I mean, I guess that's your only option, really, right? Could get partial rights for any number of reasons. Oh, that's wrong, because if this was an interrupted thing right here, to do, probably wrong. Needs to check for enter, I think. Other non-fatal reasons for return. Partial right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out later. I don't think that's really been an issue, so I mean, a lot of times I'm just putting right in there. That's probably wrong, but so this can't be that bad, right? But also the problem is this is not calling a thing. No, not that. So we have right net, I believe. So we're just gonna do that for now. This is wrong, but and so that means those things are in there. And that looks like it would work. Ah, shit. Um, what? Oh, it's another annoyance of the whole thing. Whatever. If you're not in the directory of the repo, it doesn't work by default. I don't know if there's a command to do that, but I guess you can recursively create a branch somehow or something, but it all seems really annoying. Basically, if you're not directly doing dev work, you should be copying like foo into your project. just managing your thing. So we have read and write a buffer to the request socket. And that write v net web, we're just deleting that for now. I think I would probably do write request. I guess you don't have to have read, whatever. Well, not true. You've got to use this when you're reading a file from input, but that could be replaced with receive file. So you still need this internally. So whatever, it's fine. Yeah. Writing file. Okay. So that's fine. Where do we stand on actually compiling? Because, oh yeah, still got that commented out. Shit. Okay, well, I'm supposed to eat now. That was why I was thinking this would be short. And there's about to be an interruption anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and stop for now and come back. I feel a little better.